been a few days now since I started making the videos, and the girls, the hens, they're doing great. They've taken to the feeding trough and they're eating well from that. Every day we're trying to give them some scraps from the kitchen, some scraps of fruit and vegetables and things like that, and just throw those down on the floor, and they'll scratch all day and kind of eat at that a little bit. They're using the nesting boxes, so I'm really stoked about that. It was crazy because there's lots of places that they could find to lay eggs here, but we put hay in the nesting boxes and close them up at night. When I come out here in the morning, somehow they've jumped up there and pulled the step down, and so they're not pooping in there. So it tells me they're doing it in the morning and not sleeping there at night. So the straw is still clean, but they're using the nesting boxes. They're laying their eggs there. I'm super happy about that. But so far, everything's going great. Now, as far as the cleanup of the chicken house goes, it doesn't. So I was able to get some time out here for a couple of days, really not even 2 full days, just on and off, kind of running in and out. And so what I was able to do was to clean up all the old straw and get it piled up, and it's out waiting for me to build a compost pile. And so it's been down on the floor here. So get this, I asked my father-in-law, when did you last have chickens out here? And he thinks maybe it's when my wife was a baby. I'm not gonna tell you how old she is, but that's been something like 45 years ago. So it's a long time since we've had chickens in this chicken house. I'm super happy to be the person who brought them back here. And it's been great having all the supplies we need to get started, not have to go out and buy anything. I mean, really, all I had to go buy were the chickens and the feed. Everything else I need was already here, and it's been here for who knows how many years, 45 since they've had chickens. And so the supplies I'm using are probably 60 to 70 years old, easily. And so I'm really happy to be doing this now. But you can see the place is still a little bit of a mess. I put new straw. I found this straw bale. I found this in the barn. It's down behind the tractor. But it's been, my guess, 15 years at least. 15 years since they baled straw on this farm. And so, it's just been laying there waiting for this day. And so we kind of have all the straw spread around in here. This room back here is where they kept the feed, and so they would actually grind feed. There's a door up above on this side of the building where they would bring the feed in. Sorry about all this noise on my screen. I have a cracked lens on my phone, so I haven't had a chance to get that fixed yet. But that's where I'm keeping the feed. But I'm looking at, excuse me, in the future, this would make a perfect brooder, and so I'm looking at maybe doing that. And anyway, got the main floor opened up, but all this, I laid this ladder here if they want to roost on that. But all this other stuff, I'll work at it as I have time, trying to get it cleaned up, but I don't have a great alternative place to put it. And so when we travel, I may use this feeder. Of course, this one has plenty of room in it. The only concern I have with this one is that the hens sometimes will roost on that at night, so there's a risk of them pooping inside there. But that's it. So that is the culmination of the first few days. We haven't even had a week yet since we got the chickens, but this is kind of where we're at. Oh, I don't know if I ever showed you. These are the nesting boxes here, but you can see they've worked the hay down, and this one is open, and then so we have 3 nesting boxes. They're using all 3. I may fix that one later, but with 4 hens, you don't need 4 nesting boxes. And so what we're looking at is keeping the hens in here for another probably week and a half. So they really see this as home. They'll be roosting here at night. And then I think I've skipped the idea on using the fence. It's just too short. If they want to get out, they're going to get out. So I want to try to be able to free range them this summer. The only thing is with our dog, I'm gonna have to tie her up. So I'm thinking maybe 3 days a week, tie her up, maybe 4 days a week, but let the hens out, maybe let her run in the morning and then let the hens out in the afternoon, and by evening they'll come in, but still kind of working that on my head. But I want to give them the opportunity to get out here, get some bugs, get some worms, get some grass, you know, get that diversified diet that they're going to give us fabulous eggs. So it's good to be back. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.